Proportionalize! If you're a fatty, you can look skinny. If you're skinny, then go F yourself.
What the heck? I know you're referencing Eureka's proportionalized.
Proportionalize!
But how dare you say F the skinny bitches? They're the most oppressed group on the planet, next to army wives.
And the veterans.
And the hippies. Anyways, this is RuPaul's Drag Race Season 14, Episode 9 review. I'm Annie.
Minty.
And this is FunUntitled, where we serve every podcaster an FU.
So they did the photo bomb mini challenge, which I think is a very stupid mini challenge.
But I thought Willow was very flexible when she rolled that dog upside down.
I really just think sometimes the picture you have help, which although I will admit, the picture that Willow got, I guess she made it work.
There was like one where Lady Camden, she did that funny pose, but it didn't have anything to do with the picture, so we couldn't do that pose.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm surprised at the pose that they end up picking in the end. It was just like, oh, well, I don't agree, RuPaul. I know you're the judge, but I still don't respect it.
Well, I don't respect anything RuPaul has done ever since season 10.
Proportionalize.
And then, as Minty has been saying and won't shut up, we started to do the fake drag con.
I actually really like this challenge. I think it's different, it's unique, and I know it's a big, like, on-the-nose ad, but hey, it works, it works.
So, Widow Pill won the photography photobomb challenge, so she got to choose her team. So, she chose Deja, Angie, Lady Camden, and herself.
I'm surprised she chose Deja.
I mean, it worked out in the end, but yeah, Deja's such a weak competitor.
Especially because it seems like Willow works really well with Bosco and Daya. I mean, obviously she was gonna pick Angie. She loves Angie. So I was like, okay. I feel like Bosco was the one that she really missed out on.
When Daya was upset because she was stuck with Jasmine and Kennedy, I was just like, hey Daya, I know you kind of been on the top lately, but Bosco should be more upset. She's stuck with your ass.
Bosco has like one of the best personalities on this damn show. Like, I don't think she's like super outwardly sociable and loud like Cornbread and Carrie, but she's just really funny, and this challenge only like exemplified it even more. But there's a lot of like confessional things I think about like all the time, and it's from Bosco.
Name one. Put you on the spot.
The one where Cornbread was mad at Jasmine and was like, man, Cornbread's so mad at Jasmine, she could be blinking and be like, stop that, I hate you.
I mean, like, the challenge is hard. You have to be personal but also funny. So I think Widow Pill did the best talking about her disease, but also, you know, like, I have numb fingers, so it's bad to give hand jobs, so men's don't like it.
Yeah, so let's go into each queen, how they did in the challenge, and the runway look, which was shoulder pads. Widow Pill should have won.
I think it all came down to the runway look.
That could be true. She did have a weaker runway look than Bosco. Don't get me wrong, Bosco's like second choice. But did you notice that the Untuck exclusive moments were both Willow Pill? Like, hello.
Widow Pill has something to say, and how dare you silence her?
It's just like, if it's about being funny and personable, then clearly Willow knocked it out of the park again. She's batting 1,000. There's so many challenges she should have won, but I don't know, this show is like trying to like sprinkle out the wins. And it's like, really, Willow should have won like almost 3 to 4 of them already.
I mean, I won't disagree with you there. We can't have another season of Bianca Del Rio driving or Bob the Drag Queen, though.
I like those seasons. I don't like the let's make these filler queens feel well.
I mean, if you want to talk about filler queen, you want to talk about Deja.
I mean, I do think of the group, Deja is the weakest right now, but she actually did do very well in this challenge.
My problem is, right, she did really well with the moderating. She was personal and stuff. She was kind of funny, but I thought like her runway look, at first I thought, oh, this is like the most cliche option you could have done. But then I saw everyone else miff it, and I was like, okay, Deja, you actually did the assignment.
Yeah, because I really did like Deja's look. This is probably the first one that I really liked. And I, like you, I was surprised on how many people missed the brief. Like, are you serious? All of you did something weird? Like, you don't have to do exactly what Deja did, but you should have gone as big as Deja did. Because drag and camp is all about doing things bigger, living the fantasy, and I'm just not getting it. Like, Willow's one? That's a terrible outfit.
She looked like, I don't know why, she reminded me of Overquill from Pokemon.
On fire. An alpha Overquill.
Oh my goodness. goodness.
Anyway, so then Angie. I was surprised Angie was safe.
Yeah, I thought Angie did really well. Not as well as Bosco and Willow though, but I'm surprised that Deja beat Angie for top 3.
I was surprised Daya beat Angie. I think Daya and Angie were kind of equal level, but I thought Angie did better.
Well, Daya was technically on the bottom.
See, I don't know if she was on the bottom or the top. She definitely wasn't.
Because they talked about it in the Untuck, right? Like, oh, you're only on the bottom because we needed 3 bottom queens.
Oh, so my fantasy is a reality.
Yes, Angie is better than Daya.
In a sense.
Because they thought Daya did pretty okay during the challenge, but they hated her shoulder pad look. She was a soda can.
She was a soda can?
Because she was very cylindrical.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
She was a tall glass of water, but I'm already quenched with the widow pill. That makes sense to me.
No, I mean, it's gotta make sense to somebody. I don't know in this room, but it's gotta make sense to someone.
I did not like Angie's final look though.
The runway look? Yeah, I kind of wanted more. I didn't think I got what I wanted. Like, it's fine, but I don't know. I guess just because you have a lot of elements, if you're gonna make it all the same pattern, it's like, it just feels like one blob. You know, like a bunch of zebras herding together.
If this was a cape challenge, you would have won, Angie. But this was a shoulder pad, and you failed.
I think if this was the one pattern challenge, she could have won.
Isn't that like the Bob drag queen pattern was all black and white?
Yeah, that's what she was doing for like pit stop, but she's not being really judged on the pit stop. Then Lady Camden, I kind of thought she should have been on the bottom.
I feel like she should have 100% been on the bottom. I think she should have been the instead of Daya.
I thought Lady Camden should have been on the bottom more than Jasmine. I mean, I can kind of see why Jasmine's on the bottom, but I thought Lady Camden didn't even say anything.
I thought Lady Camden's team carried her.
Yes, for sure. But I was like, a lot of times you would see Angie and Willow say something, and then Camden is like, I didn't even realize you were there. Oh my god, like if they don't go to like a wide shot, like if you put in Camden at the end, the whole camera could have just focused on the 3 that actually talked.
I ain't going to deny you.
The Nutcracker was cute, but
the spikers should have been 10 times bigger, or like Pangina, like more sprouting out.
yeah, I didn't realize there was one on the shoulders until I saw the untuck.
You witch.
She made it yellow, which is like a hard color to see. I really wish that when she took off the Nutcracker hat, there was still a Nutcracker hat.
A tiny hat, like a little Russian doll.
Yeah, that's cute. It's funny. It's like the whole mustache thing, right? She took off a big mustache just to reveal a mini mustache. Then Bosco, our winner, which I'm somewhat fine with. I mean, she's extremely funny.
I thought it was very unfair when they were like, your final runway look was just a bra and panties. And I'm like, that's gorgeous. That's what she comes out all the time.
I mean, she does a lingerie, I guess, so that's a pass. I thought Bosco's look was cute. I don't think it was the best look, but it was a cute look. She loves yellow. She loves the leather black, which is fine.
And like, I'm talking about runway first because like, I could just say the most generic phrases for how Bosco moderated that shit. Like, you know, the iconic line, like, first question about men. Why? I mean, she's the only saving grace in that team.
I was afraid they were gonna knock her because she did kind of talk a lot. Because, like, as a moderator, I feel like you just talk, like, a little less. Not a lot less, but I thought, like, more like a Deja level. But she was very funny, and everything she said was entertaining, so it's hard not to say, like, you talk too much.
Did you like when she transitioned with the, yeah, as Britney Spears would say, toxic? Speaking of toxic.
I think it's fine. I think she played it well enough where, like, oh, it's a nice segue because I don't know what the next topic is, and, oh, I get it now.
When the judges were like, oh, you did the whole Electric Boogaloo reference, we were like, yes, this is what we old people want. And I wanted to cry and be like, that's not an old person reference, that's a meme from the internet.
I mean, it just really goes to show that this show is a bit dated. The judges are just too old to be necessarily judging Drag Race. Like, they still have good input, but if it's just like, whoever knows the oldest queens and the oldest references, you're gonna win. And it's like, I'm not gonna want a queen that knows who the fuck the Supremes are. Honestly, I don't even care if a queen knows Ariana Grande, but I'm just saying, at least I know who Ariana Grande is.
I mean, that's how Juju B got past her snatch game, by being share.
I mean, yeah, there's a game to play, and it's all arbitrary, right? If you win this, you get $100,000. $100. You don't, maybe you get more, because maybe you can advertise that you were like the winner of the season, but honestly, all the other queens are still gonna have a good chance of making bank.
Especially if DragCon's back on.
Yeah, some of the other seasons had very popular queens that didn't win, right? Like Gamek is extremely successful now, and she did not win season 12.
And look at Trixie Mattel, they rigged the whole competition for her to win.
If Benda the Cram didn't eliminate herself, she would have won.
Alright, before Minty goes on that horse again, we'll move on to the next dead horse. Daya Betty.
In all honesty, these three and Deja are like the most boringest queens.
The three remaining?
Yes.
Okay, Daya, Jasmine, and Georges.
Cause Daya, okay, I thought she did okay. I don't remember anything she said, but she did okay. And yeah, like you said, the look was junk. It was just generic.
Bringing that real military cylinder look.
And it's like, I don't know, something when you just list off references, I'm just like, so you're just ripping off series?
Sometimes I feel like Daya's head is always the same, just slightly different colors.
You know, I was surprised. It was like a partial shaved look from the hard on to a partial shaved look to the DragCon panel to a partial shaved look to the shoulder pad. It's like, okay, we get it.
How much spirit gum did you put on to keep that to your bald head?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Thinking like a harpoon you're sticking in.
You think there's just putting a needle in your head?
I think Gottmik did a look like that with that like pinhead.
Oh yeah.
No, but not realsies. But so I'm interested to hear what Daya has to say for next episode, because it sounds like she's not impressed with the lip sync queens winning because they're good at lip syncing.
Well, I think she's more upset about the tomfoolery that was this week's elimination.
Okay, we'll get into that a little bit. So I bottom two, Jasmine and Georges. Jasmine, you know, honestly, kind of both of them. Let me backtrack. Jasmine focused so much on trying to figure out what she had to say that she could never say something coherently or like catch herself.
When Jasmine was like battling on and on about dress code of women compared to men, I was like, you don't speak for, like, I know you're a trans woman, but you as a child, you didn't have to suffer through any of that.
I did think that was weird. I was like, Jasmine, that wasn't your experience. Like, I mean, it's fine as like a bystander to like notice these things, but from a panel, we're supposed to learn about you and your experiences, and that's not anything about you.
Like, I could go up and say, hey, y'all, we did some fucked up things to horses, but, better if a horse said that. Bosco.
The stepmother of all horses.
Like, I know the generic problems of horses. I'm not gonna be an authority and prattle on about it.
Yeah, that was really weird.
And it didn't feel personal.
Yeah, and then we just talked about, like, the gamer, and I was like, she didn't say anything. Like, I know she's trying to control herself, and that's why I feel bad for her, because she's getting mixed signals. So I'm like, oh, you gotta say something about, this is your chance to say something about yourself, and to, like, drag up the comedy, because it ends up being just a sex joke of some sorts, and Willow plays it well, I guess, but Jasmine did not. Also, was George's look really ugly? The green jacket,
yeah,
the red hair.
They were doing some kind of weird color coding Power Ranger thing.
Like, I'm like, George's, you're a really good looking queen, and I don't understand why this is so ugly.
I think she bought that outfit.
That sounds so big.
Yeah, I think that's why.
Could be.
Because we had the whole black and pink from What's Her Face in the middle, the all yellow on the right, and all the green on the left. And then Bosco's the neutral beige.
Interesting.
But that's just a theory. A game theory.
Okay, Jasmine's look was boring. George's look missed the assignment.
Say my funny joke about Jasmine. How it's just a plainer version of Bosco.
It was a plainer version of Bosco. I mean, I like the look for Jasmine. I just don't like the look on the runway.
Georges, I don't know why you never do the criteria. Like, you don't know what chaps is? You don't know what shoulder pads is? It's like if anything changes your silhouette, you're allergic to it.
Yeah, so maybe on the looks alone they were on the bottom.
So they had to lip sync to the song
Something's Got a Hold on Me. Have we heard this song before?
I heard the beginning, then it went to a completely different song.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know this song. I thought the lip sync was very good though.
Real fast, I felt like Dan, because I feel like this is like the song we're thinking of sampled this OG song. So like, hey, this asshole whipped off this song 10 years ago.
I mean, it could be. Could be completely wrong.
I personally didn't care about the lip sync. I only liked the part where they both kind of like tried to one up each other.
Yeah, that was cute. It's always cute when they do little things like that. It wasn't the best song. I mean, I thought, like, if you knew Georges and Jasmine was gonna, like, go up, you should have changed the song. Pick something that was more upbeat, like the Ava Max song. I'm not saying specifically, but just, like, something upbeat like that.
But it's okay, because RuPaul, even though we have a system of having a chocolate bar save a queen, RuPaul said, nah, chocolate bar, sit your ass down. I'm gonna do it. You're both safe.
I feel like production knows who has the gold bar. Like they probably like put like an invisible ink so that when they shine black light on it, they can see it. Like gold. And they probably like, I don't know, because if you think about it, they must have made the gold bar, right? So it's easy for them to just open it and then reseal it up.
I mean, the easiest thing, they make the gold bar, they put it on the stand, and they watch like an eagle who picked it up. Like if you make it all the way on the left bottom.
That is true, but man, if I saw like Orion's story grab that, I'd be like, oh no, we're switching it, we're changing it, give it to Willow.
There's a wizard they specifically hired. So that when someone opens the bar that they don't want to go home, the wizard changes. Oh, the alchemist change it to gold.
Do you think it's gold colored chocolate?
And it's probably gold foil wrapped around the chocolate.
Oh. So how do you feel about the double Shantae you both stay?
I fucking hate it because these are like two of the queens that I think should go home already.
Interesting. I do agree. I don't see Jasmine or George's either of them winning this thing, but I did think it kind of deserved it. It wasn't like sorry not sorry level of Shantae you both stay, but I would say like all the double Shantaes you stay between that one and this one were kind of undeserved.
That's fair. I'll give you that point.
Yeah, so this one was at least like, yes, this is the 4th episode of no one going home, but it was a very well-deserved Shantae you both stay.
If I have to hear Jasmine say, I'm so glad I didn't have to end another person's career, I'm going to go crazy. Because she's like, I don't want to end Maddie or George's career. Not Maddie. I don't want to end Carrie's or George's careers. And then she just stomped on Maddie.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had that little fight, that little spat, so, I mean, they're good now.
Jasmine's so annoying.
And with that, we'll end the episode here and we'll just wait for Snatch Game.
Until then, we're going to go over UK.
What did they do?
They did the singing.
Yeah. Singing. Did you predict this as the final 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race UK versus the world? If you did, it's because you know production is playing a game of favoritism towards nationalities.
I mean, it's like kind of just watching US season 14 at this point.
Lady Camden, a traitor. Could you imagine if she won?
The US wins the UK versus the world and UK wins the US.
Exactly. That's why we can't support Lady Camden no more. I know she's your winner. I know she's your horse. And we're recording this before the newest episode of US, so we don't actually know if she got eliminated or not. But
you're beating the magic out of this because they put this after the US, so I could be sobbing after Lady Camden for all I know.
Well, now you know how we start this episode. I'm Minty.
We already started it. Oh, is this first now?
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, veil behind the curtain. We'll probably edit this out, but so is UK versus the World season 1 episode 5, aka the semi-finale. Before half the queens are eliminated, we are going to our finale.
I don't think we've ever had a season start after another season and then end before that same season. I mean, it makes sense because there was only 9 queens in the beginning, but still, it is the first.
I mean, so Pangina's gone. How do you feel about the first time in Drag Race history we just constantly keep voting out the top?
Right? It's been like that, yeah? I think even like from episode 1, take out Lemon. So, because Janie JK always said that everyone kept overlooking her, and it's like, well, yeah, kind of after that performance.
So, this is
except Cheryl.
Yeah, except Cheryl. She was the only one who deserved it. Anyways, this is the dancing in a musical. Not musical, what do you call this? A music video? A music video.
The one that really strokes RuPaul's ego.
I love this one tweet. So you're telling me in this week's challenge, they're singing a verse in RuPaul's song for a chance to win a verse in a RuPaul song next week?
I'm not following RuPaul's new songs. I don't know if this is an actual new song, or is it just like she made half a song and then just has the other queens fill in the other half because she knows people aren't gonna listen unless it's on RuPaul's Drag Race and it has the contestant queens on it.
Man, I'm so confused about RuPaul's career. Does she still even do drag shows for like the Witch and Elite? Like, if I go to like the most dangerous game hunting ground, will I see RuPaul in a go-go cage?
I don't think so. I think she only goes into drag for Drag Race now. I think it's like, if you ain't paying her $100K per episode, she ain't getting on the show in drag.
She's that quote, I don't take a shit for less than $4,000.
Yeah.
So, overall, I mean, we don't know a lot about dancing and stuff, so I don't think we're gonna say a lot about it. I will say, it did look like everyone was out of sync.
Yeah, it was just kind of funny to see like Mo and Janie want to do like high performance. Blue's kind of in the middle, and Bagga and Juju was like, fuck this, fuck you. I don't care if we look like shit because I ain't doing what you're asking me.
I do feel like Juju and Blue always try to simplify it for Bagga. Like during Bagga's part, Juju was like, let's do that really stupid dance. And Mohawk was like, that's what you wanna do. That's not what we're gonna do.
But what did they end up doing?
They did a very toned down, just the arms, no legs.
That's true. That's true. They didn't do the whole stomping of the feet. I don't like it when queens do that unless it's like a really small group and then you're competing with other groups because then you need your cohesion to look good. But just let Bagga fall. So many people have carried Bagga throughout this whole competition.
I cannot believe, by the way, Bagga was going to vote up Pangina. Jimbo was my best friend.
Oh my god, do not play for another queen. Just play for yourself.
Like, Pangina made your whole ass dress one time. I hate the UK queens so much. I hate how fake Blue is being like, oh, I felt so bad when she started crying. I'm the eliminator.
I know, it's like, shut the fuck up. Be who you are. If you're cutthroat, cutthroat. If you're not, you're just not.
So, let's just get into the outfits because there's not a lot we can say about the performance.
Except Bagga was out of sync, and they never talked about that because they sucked Bagga's dick.
They suck Bagga's giant chilled flavored lays.
Okay, that's gross.
I couldn't think of a UK chip. I guess fish?
Wait, so bag of chips is actually a bag of fries, right? Because fish and chips is really fish and french fries.
Right.
So your Lay's joke actually doesn't work.
The Lay's joke don't actually fucking work. Like, okay, I'm trying. You name me a french fry brand.
McDonald's?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Chilled flavor Mickey D fries.
Yeah, because Mickey D fries like gross.
Mickey D is how they say it in Australia. We're not even getting the same continent.
Is that really?
Yes.
Nah.
We only know it because we live in Hawaii and Hawaii's a melting pot.
Are you for real?
I'm being legitsies.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just a cute nickname.
No, McDonald's is Mickey D's, Jack in the Box is Hungry Jack's, and Burger King is some weird thing.
What?
Yeah.
Hungry Jack is Jack in a Box?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This isn't Drag Race Australia, okay? Let's move on to the outfits. I want to know your favorite and your least favorite. That's all I want to know, these five.
Okay, well, obviously my favorite was Jujubee's.
Yeah, Jujubee's pretty. Like, we're doing that for the thumbnail, right?
Oh yeah, I mean Jujubee is so cute. It's so fashion. It's got like beads. It's like, oh yeah, this is like an all-star 5 kind of outfit. Mohawk was like very close second. I don't know. I wish she could encompass the face and the rose cage more better.
IMO, I thought only neck up for Mohawk looked good.
Oh, I mean, I see that. When the head has such a unique piece, the bottom has to match, otherwise it lacks.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we just don't know the painting.
That is true too. Maybe what the painting looks like. The top half is really gorgeous and the bottom half is just a solid color. My least favorite was Bag of Chips. I did like the quirkiness of it and I did understand that it was Sunflowers by Vincent van Gogh, but that painting is super famous. So of course when you see sunflowers, it's the first thing you think of.
There's a lot of history with the sunflower painting by Vincent van Gogh because I could have sworn the history behind that painting was like he was really sad in the mental asylum and that painting was supposed to represent his depression.
He was also on a lot of drugs, supposedly.
You leave my man Vincent van Gogh alone. What, you shaming him? Are you a narc?
No, I'm just saying, one of the theories, you know how like Starry Night looks like, right?
Yeah.
And it has like a lot of lines around the stars.
But real fast, did you ever do the thing where in elementary school you had to repaint a Vincent van Gogh?
Maybe, but I don't remember.
I did Starry Night.
Oh, nice.
But go on.
But the leading theory is that like he used to ingest a lot of foxglove related drugs, and foxglove are kind of poisonous, so the high from that is what made him cause to like see things that only a drug induced state you would see, and that's why the stars look like that.
Damn, B. Foxglove.
So I mean, but honestly, Bagga's one was just costumey. Blue's one, I think Blue needed to bring what was in the back to the front. Jane's one was actually pretty good. I understood immediately what she was.
I feel bad for Janie because Jujubee stole her earrings.
I know, like how Detox got to borrow Roxy's shirt.
Oh my god, you're right.
Exactly.
Oh wow, that makes the end of the episode really shitty then.
I mean, depends on how you see it, right? So the two winners was Jujubee and Mohart, two USA queens, finally. And I thought it was a really good lip sync. They lip synced to the song Toy, not by Little Mix, but whatever. And I would have given it to Mohart.
Okay, here's the problem. Mohart killed it with the dance moves. I did notice Mohart was neglecting the lip syncing at some point. So,
God, you and the lip sync.
that's what it is. It's a lip sync battle.
They're also dancing.
So Jujubee, did she dance as much? No. Was she on beat as Mohart? No. Did Jujubee get every chicken cluck? You know she did.
That was funny. That was stupid and funny.
So I really wanted Jujubee to win because I wanted Jujubee to vote out Blue Hydrangea because Blue was being so fucking irritating about Pangina. Like, I don't want this to ruin my career. It made me feel really good to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a legitimate move and nobody should send Blue hate, but it's like, get your act together.
Look, said no queens hate, but then again, if we just was unproblematic the whole podcast, this wouldn't be interesting. So I'm not going to send Blue hate. I'm just going to send Blue a negative $2 bill.
Can't do that.
That's some Gravity Falls. Blue would get it. She's British.
That's a -8, and no, she won't. I don't know how many people listening to this would get it.
Fuck you. I'm sorry.
I knew it. That's how you feel about me. But Jujubee took out Janie JK, which I was shocked. I mean, I know Janie had the worst critiques, but honestly, I thought Bagga did the worst. I didn't give a fuck about her lyrics.
Because if you just look at what the judges say, right? They were like, oh, you did great, Bagga. But we know Jujubee did this because she was just eliminating the top.
That could be true.
Okay, this is what I honestly believe. You correct me if you have a different opinion. I think, honest to Lord, Pangina voted out who was on the bottom that week, which was Jimbo. And you said it before, it makes sense because she's a judge on her own show. She's used to doing that. Then I think Blue voted out Pangina just because she was on top. I think Jujubee voted out Janie JK just because she was on top.
Also, kind of like what Mo said, right? The next episode is probably going to be performance-based.
And she was right.
Yes, and I think it'd be hard to go up against Janie in performance. And you know what? It's interesting because with this top 4, Bagga, Blue, Juju, and Mo, you would think Mo has the lead, but she didn't win this lip sync, so who knows, honestly.
I honestly, Lord, believe it all my heart, Mo deserves to win.
You know, I do admit that of these 4, I would say probably Mo. I mean, she's not personally my favorite queen because I don't really care for her fashion, but of these 4, I would pick Mo.
How much you want to bet you're going to see a brown cow next episode?
No, she's got a lot of money from that. I don't think she can keep
It'll
pushing
be
it
lilac cow now.
No, I just...
There's so many TikTok videos of people being like, oh, cow spots, not spots. Cow spots. Oh my goodness. Oh, I gotta go back to speech therapy. It's aesthetically stunning when it's in different colors.
You know, I have been seeing a lot more like cow merch and like cow Kickstarters, and it's just like, it's cute, but I don't know, some of these animals in a specific art style is just overplayed. Like, you know, the frog.
Yeah, I couldn't hit, yeah.
I mean, it's cute, but it's a bit overplayed. And like the cow is now having a very specific look, but like the head is the same size as the body, and it's all like cutesy eye with the little horns. And I'm like, it's cute, but I mean, like, everyone's doing it. But you know what? People are buying, then what the hell can you say?
It's playing the market.
Yeah. Why do we get on? Stop talking about brown cows.
Because next week we're going to do a lip sync challenge. Okay, I do think it's kind of did Blue dirty, being like, oh, all the queens are coming back. Ooh, Pangina. That did Blue dirty.
I mean, it's what people are gonna watch for.
Fair enough.
But honestly, Pangina's probably just gonna play it cool.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you know, there's a lot of pressure, blah, blah, blah.
It'd be really bad if she doesn't.
I can't believe people on Twitter ain't more mad about Blue Handrania. People on Twitter is just very tepid takes.
What do you mean?
Like, you know how last week everyone was mad that they kept Pangina's audio in when she was crying? Or they were mad that Jimbo went home because for some reason Jimbo's a fan favorite. But this week, like, no one gave a shit. They're like, okay, yeah, Janie JK went home, whatever. I hope Mo wins, yada yada yada.
I didn't think this episode was very controversial. Honestly, any of those 3 could have left. I wouldn't give a shit. You know, honestly, because all the good ones are gone, no one's giving a shit.
Oh, that's it. That's why. Okay, gotcha.
You know, Jimbo's gone, Pangina's gone. Those are like the 2 powerhouses. Personally, I like Lemon, but nobody else. Well, I mean, not nobody, but you know.
You listened to her song on YouTube. You gave her the money she needed already.
Yeah, and it made me like the song less.
Alright, so what team are you on? Are you also on Team Mo with me?
I'll go on Team Jujubee.
Alright, we saved that bitch from the bottom one too many times. Let's make it worth it.
Let her win, and then she can be on a winner's season.
Add a 6th season to a Drag Race repertoire.
Damn straight.
When Jujubee was like, I think Bagga's like me. She's like not being a threat and then gonna rip it out. And I was like, Jujubee, is that what you've been doing?
That why these if that's it, Jujubee has been riding the coattails of her previous seasons to get her to this episode.
I mean, you know what, girl?
Get that money, get paid.
So we'll see you next week for the finale of UK and whatever they're doing next week for US. We never know what they're doing in US.
I just hope I know one of the songs.
Oh god, the budget.